Hello everyone, and welcome to a series in which I'll be creating the entirety of Great Britain in Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I've already set up a game, so I'll load it up and show you what I have so far. Which isn't much, as I want to create the series from scratch. Now, my plan for this series is to remake nearly every single railway line on the island, as well as simulate company mergers and eventually railway closures. Not only will I be doing this, but I'll be doing it in chronological order, as in the date that they opened in-game will be the same as they opened or closed in real life. To do this, I've created a huge Microsoft Word document where I've listed every single railway opening, closing, company mergers, that sort of thing, and I'll be following that across the series. Plan for the episode is each episode is probably going to last 5 in-game years, and then I will condense that down into a time-lapse, which I will voice over explaining what is happening on screen, as well as, if it's downtime, railway history, either that be local or general. Or if you have any railway questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I will try to get around to them during a time-lapse. Now, I have more than one company, as you can see. I've got 15 here, which is the maximum you can have in-game. Each one's representing each of the big four, as well as some smaller ones and joint railways. I couldn't have every single company that there was at the time, as then there'd be hundreds, and the game just does not allow that. I am using sandbox mode, and well, that's just because I plan to make the series as close to reality as possible, rather than make it as money efficient as possible and play the game gamey, if you will. To recreate all the services on these lines, I have a bunch of old timetables from across the eras. I have a 1910 Bradshaw, a mix of late 40s, early 50s British Rail timetables, and a 1974 British Rail timetable. So I'll be simplifying down the services in them to create in-game. I'll be using various objects and fields such as that to make the world feel a bit more full, rather than just railway lines scattered around the place. Which means that later on in the series, hopefully I'll be able to make videos riding on the trains to show off the work that I've done. Now, there's probably going to be 3 series that I make on this. The first one is going to start in 1830, which is the date currently, and last until 1922, which, as I'm sure most train fans will know, is when all the railways in the country were grouped into the Big Four, and that's when railway construction stopped, because there was already enough. Although there wasn't any railways built in this time, or any company mergers, that kind of thing, there was a lot of things such as expresses introduced, and early modernisation such as early electric trains and that sort of thing. And then the second part of the second series will be focusing on the beaching cuts and other closures of lines and the early modernisation, diesels and that kind of thing, and will last until the end of steam in 1967. The final series will be focusing from that date to modern days, which is the decline of British Rail, sectorisation and privatisation. And I have even included some future lines that are yet to be built, such as Crossrail or High Speed 2, just so we can keep playing the game as much as possible, really. Of course, the dates for them are still uncertain, so I guess I just have to guess for those. Not only am I putting in railways, I do plan on including things such as metros or trams, so I'll try and include them as well. Some London Underground lines have been included, such as the Metropolitan, but that's just because of the Joint Railway up to Quainton. Before I go on a bit of a tangent there, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the first episode.